A very good Sunday afternoon, my people. Let's start with our breathing together. We are setting up a very solid foundation because from this breathing exercise, we're going to slowly move to teach people how to meditate. There's 108 different levels of meditation. I was suggested by you all and says I should start step 1. So we are doing step 0 is we are getting our breathing right. Once we get our breathing right, we will naturally move to meditation step 1. Then we'll have 107 steps to go. Your legs shoulder-wise, bend naturally and gently. Bring your arms up. Now we know the hand posture is the natural hands, right? Learn in 10 energy movements. We're doing 10 times. Close your eyes. Breathe in from your nose and out from your mouth. Now we will start our 10 energy movements. Your legs, shoulder lines. Hold in dantian first. We'll do 5 times. We are opening up our triple burner. When we open up our triple burner, we are also strengthening our spine health and our brain health. Really hoping to touch the sky. and make an energy circle that is the energy that is our protector. If people have arm tightness, hand tightness and pain, this will also help. Now we're moving to the next one. Look at my hands. This is our lungs and our intestines. Our 6 arm meridian lines. I want people to know how am I doing with my legs. Leg. Excellent. Now my arms. Now we're strengthening our gut system. One touch the sky, the other the earth. Change it in the area of Tanzhong. We talked about how important it is, right? You are also just strengthening the whole gut system. Next one. strengthening the 5 elements. Let go of the 7 emotions. Look at my hands. I am surrendering. That makes sense. Also is good for your neck health, upper shoulder.
Dr. Lu, we've lost you.
Shiny, multi-dimensional hair color. You can do it. To beautiful hair color. Find your Reed.com or visit us in person at a Madison Reed hair color bar.
Thank you for being patient, everyone. Please make sure that you are muted. Dr. Lu will be with us shortly. We are still unable to see you, Dr. Lu. Okay, we're good. Welcome back, Dr. Lu.
Okay, so now we move to the next one. And we are balancing the heart system. People have heart palpitation, high blood pressure, or low blood pressure, actual heart system problem, or cardio imbalances. This is very good for you. The next one, get to balance our back and open up our 6 leg meridian lines plus 2 meridian lines. Now our liver system and also our gallbladder system. Next one, our kidneys, prostate, or uterus, pelvic floor, we'll do 10 on this. If you have intestinal stagnation, constipation, this will all help. Or if you have diarrhea, this will help you too, because that really helps to shake the intestines and make things move more smoothly for you. All right, now let's move to the next one. Let's stretch out. That is for longevity, my friend. That really shows the flexibility, right? The flexibility that is connected to your longevity. I know many of you are becoming so much more flexible. Congratulations. We shall keep doing it. The last one, make sure near your chin or your forehead, touch that floor. Feel your toes are blossoming. Hold it for 5 seconds. That this one really moves the whole body fluids. So today, we thought, okay, so we've been really kind of quite introduced these concepts, basic concepts for a while now. So we'll use every so often, maybe every 2 or 3 months, and we will use 20 to 25 minutes, let people ask questions. You may have questions, but I may not always have answers. And if I do have answers, and take it as a story, take it away that the goal is really to look at human health and human life and the connection between human and oneself and nature in a different light. Don't take it seriously, just hear it as a story. Okay, seekers?
Dr. Lu, over this last week, I've received several inquiries regarding the vaccination and requests from some of our listeners for you to talk a little bit about that. Albeit it being such an individualized choice, of course, but hoping you can just shed light a little bit about your thoughts, and given the fact that there's more than one vaccination available, what your approach is to supporting our clients who are considering or not considering the vaccine.
So one beauty about traditional Chinese medicine, about the methods we practice, is really make things manageable for people. So I think with the vaccines is really, where you're at is with your own comfort level. But at the clinic, what you have noticed is that we have been doing quite a few things, right? We have been, before our treatment plan is 70% treat imbalances you have, 30% to balance your immune system, to reduce the stagnation and inflammation. But now, what we have been doing since last March is to do half and half. So I use half of the design is to balance your immune system. So your immune system will have more appropriate response if you get exposed by the virus, and lower your inflammation and stagnation. That really is the key. And the other 50% is to treat your actual imbalances. So that's been said, and then we've been giving you herbs. I am quite confident that collectively we have built a very cool spot versus the hot spot, and our immune system through this whole process is really, you will have, most of you, almost all of you, will have proper response if you are exposed by the virus. So that's been said, it's also, we prepare you in a way to receive the vaccine. The goal of the vaccine is to quickly reach that threshold of 70 to 75% of the herd immunity. So we will support you, really will support you either way. If you are ready for it, then what we do is with the Pfizer vaccine is what we feel most comfortable to help you to manage the reactions. The three main reactions people, data have been indicating. One is that people have some severe allergic reactions, and 2, headaches, and fatigue, and 3, localized inflammation and mild facial stroke. So we have procedures that designed to help you to address that before and after vaccine. So I think that for people who are ready for the vaccines, and you're all set, unless you have bipolar, then you need to be careful, or severe mental imbalances, or you have Lyme disease, and that would need to be careful, or the first trial of pregnancy. So that I would really ask you to take a deep breath and meditate on when is a good time for you to receive the vaccine. In my opinion, it shouldn't be in the first trial. So with people who are not ready to receive the vaccine, We will continue to use the method we have been using, give you our immune balancer, that really good tasting wellness broth plus treatment. So I think one or another, and you are safe. Does it answer your questions?
That does. Thank you so much, Dr. Lu. For our clients who are out of state, we have herbs, I imagine, that we are able to share with them for maybe.
Yeah. If you are ready and we give you about, let us know 3 weeks ahead of your vaccine, you should start taking at least for 15 days and then get the vaccine and take the herbs and then take the second dose vaccine. You should be fine. With people who says, well, I'm not ready yet. And then there's additional herbs that just to help you to prevent from getting COVID. So that's what we will. And then the other thing, do the energy movements every day and do the breathing and do a clean diet. Make sure you sleep 8 hours. Good poop. Try to get the good poop. So all these things that will get your body ready for, my friends, anything, right? Not just this virus.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lu. Some of our younger families, parents who are working from home, parents whose children are remote learning, are getting to a point of feeling a little burned out, a little COVID fatigue. Wondering if you can share some thoughts on how to keep the kids a little bit uplifted, the parents a little bit sane as we push through this uncertain time.
Well, I think that it's quite interesting that we are using, I don't see you, I'm looking at the camera, that the old times when we have such a connections, we have to, all of us would be in that after 72 steps of meditation, then we can see each other like this, right? I look at you, I will see whoever I want to see, and you look at me, and you will see me. So that means we are way up in our meditation list. Yes, Apple agrees with me. But now we can just, you can all see me. I think in a way is amazing. But on the other hand, and the technology, it do bring a lot of fatigues. Especially for children, I would advise that you teach them to do the movements and give them, make sure they sleep and send them out to play. So I think all these things are important. We can also teach them some exercise, to the mind calming exercise for children. And that's called 前戏, the 5 animals, right? I'll be teaching you how to be a bear, how to be a snake, and how to be a tiger, how to be a monkey. So that will help to balance your system. And with parents that, very good luck to you. And I know how difficult it is, but take the wellness broth and do the energy movements and then just take a break. So because we live in such a society, everything's so overwhelming, but don't let that get to us. Do half of what you have to do on the list. The good news is you're not in the office, nobody will know. So the bottom line is, do not take things that seriously, my friends. Please do not. Take a break, walk outside, hug a tree, and knowing this is not over, and we'll just have to learn to adapt into it. And that the sense of resiliency, it comes from our kidney system. So I shall help you to balance more of your kidney system. You will have more yin.
Thank you, Dr. Lu. Dr. Lu, a few weeks back, you shared with us a little bit about your background in terms of the lineage that you came from and the training that you had. Wondering if you could tell us a little bit more about yourself. for example, I know you love opera. If you could share a little bit more of some of the things that you love to do in your spare time.
Well, I was hoping that the questions are more kind of connected to medicine. Well, I think one thing is I do want to share is that being chosen as 3.5 years old and start really practicing that. Please do not, I know some of you, I don't know, for whatever the reason, feel sorry for me. Don't. I didn't miss a thing growing up. I have the deepest love I received from my grandmother as a mortal, from the mortal side, and the deepest connection with my mentor that I continue to enjoy through all these years, and with my training that it just broadened my world and let me have more deeper understanding about I guess about the essence of the world. So that's why I am it's an honor to serve you, and also I'm eager to share what I see from my eyes with you. Yes, I love opera. I'm a big fan, and while I'm hoping when we could travel again, we used to travel to New York to Metropolitan Opera. For me, is that because of my practice, that the emotional part, I think through opera, that the opera is such a thing that they put 3 hours, they put the extreme emotions in front of you, right? The stories are quite silly, but it has to be so intense that and through their voice and through the music and through the singing, just take you far. So I really, really enjoy having that emotional moments about 5 or 6 times a year. So that's quite enough, but I think that it's definitely an enjoyment for me.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lu. I think sometimes when we are, what we have had in the past access to in terms of fulfillment or enjoyment, many people no longer have access to. So I wanted some of our listeners just to maybe think of, trying something new or have a different perspective of things that can actually bring a lot of joy in their life during such a time.
Joy does not. Joyfulness comes from that part, that soul, that spirit that housed in our heart, right? So if you nurture the whole system, the joy, you do not need to go far to seek joy, because the truth is never far from man, but man walk away from truth. So the joyfulness, the happiness is within us. It's within our reach. It's not, oh, I have to go extra mile to get that. It's just within. It's within us. That's the beauty of everything. It's in here. We just need to ask for it. We just need to meditate and ask for it. And that shall, if you have good balanced system and good pooping, and you shall get it.
Dr. Lu, could you speak about the concept of qi?
The concept of qi. Did you say the concept of qi? Could you please?
Yes, please.
The concept of qi is the concept of energy. We talked a little bit about the energy of yin and energy of yang. That's the two fundamental energy source, right? The yin transform into yang, yang transform into yin, and we must have both. These are not good energies and bad energies, right? Some people said, oh, it's a good energy and bad energy. No, in traditional Chinese medicine, there's no such word as good or bad, right? There's two sources, there's yin and yang. We need both to promote life, right? Both together will create a breathe, right? Breathing, right? And when that occurs, you have life. When that's done, then we're transformed into the next one. So that's just the energy. That's the basic yin and yang energy. That's qi. And then there's also different type of qi, which in our continued little talks we'll get into those.
Thank you, Dr. Lu. Some of our listeners are asking about how to help friends and families who may be on a different path. How do we, whether it's inspire them or encourage them to make the necessary changes? If you have any guidance on that, that would be appreciated.
By being examples. So in my tradition, really there's no, this is who we are, this is what we do. If we get an opportunity, we will, through a calm and peaceful conversation, we share each other's views. But there's no need to, if people says, oh, don't believe him, it's just, I'll share this. So I was in a medical conference, right? I was a keynote speaker. So they want me to focus on medicine, and I focus on medicine, but I kind of talk a little bit about the traditional Chinese medicine and different ways of looking at medicine. And they kind of, but when I talk about spirituality in medicine, and some of them start sending me notes and think I work too hard, I have some kind of breakdown. So I just laughed. I said, well, there's no need to force others to see what you see. But you hold on to what you see and you dig deeper, because what we have is a beautiful path. If people who are ready, we call that 缘分, right? You can plant seeds here and there, just like these little talks. And one day that will blossom. But maybe this lifetime, maybe next year, maybe next life, who knows? It's not up to us to know. It's up to them. So there shouldn't be any frustration or eagerness when we share this view.
Dr. Lu, when patients come in, you often are checking their pulse, checking their tongue. Could you tell us a little bit about the information that you're gathering from that? We have clearly an old patient of ours who is asking about spleen deficiency as it relates to scalloped tongue. So if you can maybe just use that as an example.
So when you walk in, what am I seeing? So there are 5 basic diagnostic tools that we use. First is called observation, right? I look at you and look at your energy, and also look at your skin, look at your hair, and look at your posture, and look at your face, and look at everything, right? And I look at your tongue, right? I look at your eyes, I look at your skin, I look at, and so that's observation. And second is wen, we call wen is listening, and also is in my tradition is also smell. So the smell is that we're trained like dogs, right? You store all kinds of scent in you, so that when you smell something, when people come in, I know if they have period, I know if they have UTI, I know if they have diabetes, I know if they have variety of things, because they carry certain scent. and also listening to their voice, and also their stories. And one is asking. Then you ask them, okay, so tell me how's sleeping, how's pooping, how's everything. But and then qie is that well, look at your pulse. But these are the basic things all the practitioners, traditional Chinese medicine practitioners learn. But the difference between the regular practitioner and the diagnostic practitioner or diagnostician is that I listen to your body first, right? Everything you have in your body is an open book if you know where to look. So, but still, these are the basic things we see, right? We see, and then we go from there. So not just physical, right? Not just the physical realm, just everything that present, right? People says, well, your past experience that caused some trauma, you recorded, that I can see that as well. So that's the basic things. So that's why when people come in, I ask them, let me see what your body is telling me first, because that is much more accurate compared to most times, compared to what they know about themselves. And I often find there's quite a bit of disconnection between one's body and oneself.
Dr. Lu, just a last question here for you. Next weekend, we will spring forward. So that is a time when some people experience sleep disruptions or just some disturbances. Could you talk a little bit about how to best support our bodies during such transitions?
I would say if you could wake up, just change 15 minutes each day. That will help. This summer or winter time, whatever it is called, is quite silly. So because that does give us disturbance in our system for a while. So, but follow the sun and do 15 minutes each day. If you're late to something on something, then don't worry. And then in a week or two, and you'll get there. And then make sure you do some foot soak before you go to bed. That will help you to create a just kind of a better sleep.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lu. We are all out of time. Thank you so much for your thoughts and guidance.
So I do want to mention one thing, that I know some of you are experiencing some financial difficulties and imbalances. So every 2 months or so, that we will do a longer session in Zoom. Instead of 45 minutes, we'll do an hour and 15 minutes. So whoever has questions that you really couldn't come in and ask me in clinic, and use this opportunity to ask. I am very happy to help. And we are very happy to help. And just, you can write us the questions beforehand, or you can send us the tongue photo, and we will not reveal your identity, but we can share as case studies. And I will guide you. And I want you to know that it just, all of you, we will sail through this together. So we'll find a way to help each other. And then the other thing I want to say is that if you go step by step, go a little deeper each week with me, you will find this system has such a wisdom in it. In monastery, we used to say those modern science just slowly catch up of agreeing what the ancient sages have discovered and have been telling us over thousands of years. And we took that advice, has practiced a little bit of what we're taught, right? And there is this wealth of knowledge, oceans of knowledge and wisdom is out there. It's as if these ancient sages, they're like old ancient turtles. They are so humble and they are so low on the ground and they hear the whisper of gods. So until next time, my friends.
Thank you, Dr. Lu.
Amazing, Dr. Lu. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lu.
Thank you,
so
Dr.
much.
Lu.
Thank you.
Thank
you, Dr. Lu.
Thank you,
Sarah.
Thank you, Dr. Lu.
Thanks, Sarah, too.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Dr. Lu.
Thank you, Dr. Lu.
Dr. Lu, and thank you.